I had gotten this witch's hat from Dollar Tree. I actually got this last year, but some of your dollar stores may actually have them this year. So first what I did was just start unraveling all of that tinsel, so that way I was just left with the plastic frame. You're then just going to cut where my hands are. So just cut those curved edges of the bottom of the hat. You want to do this very carefully because this plastic frame is very fragile. However, if you do end up breaking it in a place that should not be broken, just dab some hot glue on it and just allow that to completely dry. Next, I am using this mop head, also came from Dollar Tree. This is really easy just to take those strings of the mop head right out, just pull them out. And then I just grabbed as much as I would think that I needed for this project. Once I have those all pulled out, I'm just going to start tying the strings on the bottom bar of this witch's hat. I double knot them. Again, this is very fragile, so make sure you don't tie the strings too tightly because, again, you could end up breaking the frame. And on some of those end pieces, I just dabbed a little bit of hot glue and then just tied the string on top of the hot glue to make sure that they don't move anywhere. And then I just continued tying all the strings to the bottom. Fill that up completely, move your way to the middle bar, and then I also did the top bar as well where it is starting to go into the top of the hat. And again, just start filling this in until everything is completely full. Now you could leave the beard as is. I went a little bit further, so I actually just started untangling every single piece of those strings. This was a little bit of time consuming. However, the final look is absolutely awesome. I feel like it just makes the beard look a lot thicker and fuller, and I would just recommend doing this extra step just because I just love how this came out. Next, I got this fabric from Walmart. So I just laid the fabric out, placed the top of the hat on top of it, just finding a good placement for it, folded it down, started applying some hot glue on the back of the witch hat frame, and just start adhering that fabric right onto the back. And I did not cover the hat entirely because I did end up using some of this polyfill. You could get at any craft store. I believe I got mine from Hobby Lobby. I just started adding some of this polyfill on the top portion of the hat. You could add any kind of filler that you prefer. This is just what I had on hand, so I used it. So once I had that, I carefully flipped the witch's hat over, cut any excess off, and then just folded in the tip of the hat to make sure that that fabric lies directly on top of that curve that's on the tip of the hat. Start adding some hot glue, hold it down until that fabric is completely adhered, and then just continue hot gluing the rest of that fabric to the back of the hat. And don't forget to hot glue the front bottom portion of the hat as well to make sure that none of that polyfill or your filler of choice falls out. And this is what your little guy should look like. Now for the nose, you could use just a large wooden bead. I didn't have any, so I'm just using a Christmas ornament. It is red, it's glittery, but I just painted it with some Waverly chalk paint in the color pumpkin, allowed that to dry, and then I just hot glued that right in between the beard and the hat of this gnome. I then had some of this black lace ribbon. I just began hot gluing it to the bottom of the hat, and I kind of just had it overlapping the nose a little bit. Put a little bit of hot glue on top of the nose, and then if you have any extra pieces on the side, just hot glue those to the back as well. And look at how cute this is coming out. And I knew that this little guy just needed a spider somewhere. I didn't have one. So I decided to be creative, grabbed a black large button, some pipe cleaners, just folded those down into spider legs, and then just hot glued that on the back of the button. And then to hang it, I am just using some of this wire you could get at Home Depot, Walmart, or any craft stores. Hot gluing that on the back of the button, gave the wire a little curl just using the handle of one of my paintbrushes, dabbed some hot glue on the back of the hat, and just held that down until that glue was completely adhered. And look at how adorable this is. I loved making that little spider, and I think it was just a great addition. There you go, guys. I hope this inspires you to create your own in your own special way. If it did, please be sure to sprinkle the love. Thank you so much, and I hope you all have a good rest of your day. Thanks. Bye.